Mitch Griffis, Wake Forest quarterback. Mitch, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Let's start with it's your program now, right? It's Sam Hartman's out. He's playing for Notre Dame. You're the guy here at ACC Kickoff representing your squad. How does it feel?
It feels awesome. It's a blessing. It's been a dream come true for me. It's something I've been dreaming about my entire life, so it's pretty cool.
Where were you? Like, how did you find out that Sam was hitting the portal, and kind of what was your reaction when that happened?
I mean, I knew before the season started. It was his last year at Wake Forest. I think a lot of people assumed it was going to be the NFL, or and then he decided to make a decision to stay in college, and I kind of knew that he was going to go somewhere else, and he had spent a lot of time at Wake Forest, and it wasn't like he was out the door. He was fully committed to our football team. But he'd been at Wake Forest for 5 years. That's a long time at one spot. He's given his everything to our program. And it wasn't really anything he told me. You just kind of knew that he was going to move on.
Did you thank him or not?
Yeah.
Thank him would be the wrong word. Did you look around and go, he's moving on and leaving me in a pretty good situation? There's a lot of talented receivers here.
Yeah.
Most quarterbacks, when they have those types of pass catchers, are like, I'm going to come back one more year because it looks like a lot of fun. Meanwhile, you get to step into that situation.
Yeah, I think I'm very fortunate to be in the situation I am. We got some awesome wideouts that I can't wait to throw to. I think just he's been at Wake Forest such a long time and given his all to the program. Started for 4 years. I think it was natural he was ready just to start something new in his life, and I get it. There's no hard feelings. I think he deserves the credit he was given. He deserves the love from Deacon Nation, and no one can be mad at him for moving on with his life.
Mitch Griffis joining us here, Wake Forest quarterback on 99.9 The Fan. You mentioned that you knew it was his last year during the year at Wake Forest. You've also been pretty vocal recently with how much you love Wake Forest and how you're not interested in exploring any other opportunities and you're going to finish here.
Yep.
Was that part of it, knowing that there was a kind of expiration date and you knew that you were going to have your chance to not, convince yourself not to explore other options?
Yeah, I mean, if Sam came back another year, it would have been hard. That would have been a really tough decision to make. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and say I would have been happy if he came back. Not that I don't love Sam, but, as a competitor, you want to play. Knowing how I feel about this place, I would have stayed. It would have been really hard to sit another year. But even those first 3 years when I was being patient, never in my mind did it cross my – I never thought about leaving. There was never even an option for me, never crossed my mind. There was never a desire to. I was okay with being patient, waiting my turn, and that's not going to change. No matter how much success our football team has or I personally have, I'm going to finish my football, hopefully my college football career as a Demon Deacon. Not my football career, but my college football career as a Demon Deacon. And there's no price tag you can put on the value this program is, I put on it. So there's no amount of money that make me leave.
Price tag. When you throw QB1 next to your name, does the name, image, and likeness train flow a little bit more aggressively?
A little bit, but I mean, I still haven't played much yet, so I still got to worry about football. And with that football, the better you play football, the more money will come. So I'm not really too worried about it. I'm just worried about doing my job.
Mitch Griffis, quarterback, Wake Forest, connecting with us here on The Drive. A.T. Perry is really the guy that's missing. Just about everybody else is coming back. How do you replace somebody that's that darn good? And I mean, obviously on the Saints now.
Yeah, I mean, A.T. is you guys want me to tell me that he's an awesome player. I mean, he's freaky. But I mean, last year we had 5 receivers over 500 yards receiving. We're the only team in the country with 5 receivers over 500 receiving yards, and we returned 4 of them. So it's not like we lose 18 and we fall off. I mean, we have 4 dudes who are just as good as A.T. Perry is, and I'm excited for everybody to see what they can do for another year. So, and we got 3 younger guys that are just as good as well coming up. So, I mean, we got a really deep receiver room, and it makes my job a lot easier.
I was listening when you were in on the big podium, as I call it, in the big room, and you mentioned the respect you have for Coach Clawson, saying like he's never done anything wrong by me or my teammates, and there's that respect there. Do you hear it when his name is brought up for other openings at other jobs, and do you ever have conversations about those sort of things, whether on the team or with Coach?
Yeah, I mean, I remember during our 2021 season, we were having a really good year. We were actually about to play Boston College to clinch the Atlantic. And we had a typical team meeting the Friday night before the game, and he called us all in after and was like, "Hey guys, I know there's a lot of speculation about my name being around and going to other schools, and I want to let you guys know that I just signed an extension on my contract and I'm not going anywhere." And that it was good to hear that, just because, I mean, who wouldn't want Coach Clawson to be their head coach? You know, I can't blame other schools for wanting to grab him and lead their program. I mean, he's the best head coach in the country. So
it is one of those deals where, like, can you have that conversation like once a week? Because it does feel like every team is every opening that is out there, his name pops up.
Yeah, I mean, it's I used to see it a lot more, and it still comes, but there's a lot of schools that, they assert, like, oh, Coach Clawson, they might go there, and I'm like, I know he doesn't want to go anywhere besides Wake Forest. I know he loves it here, and he's expressed that too. He tells that all the time, that he probably tells us once a month that he doesn't want to go anywhere, and he's got no reason to lie to us, because if he were to lie to us and leave it, it doesn't do, we will never see him because he'd be gone. So he doesn't have to tell us that, but he does. And the fact that he does tell us that means he really wants to be here.
Mitch Griffis, Wake Forest quarterback, connecting with us live right here on ACC Kickoff Week. With so many talented quarterbacks in the ACC and a lot of them here this week, is there any sizing up of the new guy? Like when they see you here, are you looking at him from across the room, making eye contact or anything like that?
No, I mean, there's some phenomenal quarterbacks in the ACC, and they get a lot of press and a lot of coverage, as they should. They deserve it. They've played and they've established themselves, and so it doesn't bug me. And I know that I got some things to prove, and I like flying under the radar. And if people want to talk about me, cool. If people don't want to talk about me, I don't care. I know who I am, and I'm ready to play.
How does the term underrated sit with you? That seems to be a tagline in a lot of like the previews, right? How does underrated sit with you?
That's fine by me. I mean, I'll be honest. I couldn't care less about what people have to say from the outside. I just want to be there, prove my teammates right, prove my coaches right, and that's all I care about.
Mitch, we appreciate you for stopping by.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Once again,